Wearing white is taking some getting used to, but members of the Moon Guard have come to accept their new roles as protectors of the Fae Court. Even the new werewolves, Maxwell and JV, are adjusting. That doesn't mean the transition has been seamless. The new additions have been butting heads with Rosalie. Not that any complaint has reached Morgan's ears. Even if it did, there's not much she could do about it. Rosalie's experiences with Ricky and betrayal in her marriage have left her bitter towards men. Because of this, she finds herself bristling at their attention and rejecting their friendship or advances. Her sole focus seems to be Rhea, Ricky's firstborn. Being a good mother is the only thing that matters to her now. Especially since Ricky's priorities appear to stop at Sol. He doesn't seem to have time for his daughter these days. And he's not the only one fussing over the captain's child. Maxwell knows his part will get him in Morgan's good books. In fact, he's the only recruit who's managed to make a good impression on almost everyone. On the other hand, JV's proven himself to be an obscure and at times extreme member of the Moon Guard. He doesn't care much for the company of others, but this has to change, lest he isolate himself for good and become an outcast. Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to the Sims 3 Fairy Amazon Royal Saga with the Moon God. So, we're picking up at 5:30 a.m. on Thursday. There has been some things going on within the Moon God that we're going to continue exploring, or I should say things that have already been happening since the previous episode. Now, we kind of saw that there were 2 new additions to the Moon God, and they were assimilating with the rest of the members in different ways. So we had JV Cope and Maxwell Nova. Maxwell seems to be doing a much better job at befriending anyone, especially cozying up to the captain by trying to take care of the captain's son, Sol. And of course, Ricky is currently the captain's lover, so he gets to share her bed, which is kind of a big thing. And Rosalie, she seems to be on edge, especially with the new male members. We think it's because of, what she suffered with Ricky, the promises he made her and then broke, and then, the betrayal of their marriage. So she doesn't really trust men, and it probably doesn't help that she has to bunk here and watch her ex-husband, sleep with the person who destroyed their marriage. But there we go. And then there's JV, who doesn't seem to be getting along well with Rosalie at all. Actually, I think he is disliked by Rosalie more than she dislikes Ricky, and we know how much she dislikes Ricky. And JV doesn't really want to associate with anyone. He doesn't want to, talk to anyone. He's kind of happy being in his own bubble, but I don't think that's something we want to leave for too long, because he needs to be able to connect with the other members. Otherwise, he's going to become an outcast, and I don't think that is going to be too good for him. Obviously, we went through the histories in the previous episode, so we kind of know where they're coming from. And JV does have kind of, this privileged upbringing behind him, which is why he acts the way he does. Regardless, doesn't really excuse his behavior sometimes. But we also have Ricky, his position as Morgan's lover, potentially being threatened. I'm not currently sure if it's by Maxwell or by JV. Maxwell's the one who I think has managed to befriend Morgan, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's the one that's managed to befriend her. But, I think someone, yeah, Maxwell's befriended her, but it was JV who was having like this odd attraction with the captain in the middle of the night previously. So Ricky is gonna have to work really hard to keep like his place by the captain's side, and part of that maybe is why he's been giving so much attention to his son Sol and none really to his daughter Rhea. Sol is his firstborn and Rhea is his secondborn, as we know. So she's going to go tend to Sol, which is good. Rhea's currently sleeping in the nursery over here. So, oh, he's got a stinky diaper. Yes, he does. It's okay, your mother's coming. She'll tend to you, young one. Don't worry, don't worry. Mother has it all under control. Okay, we'll just tend to his diaper, and then actually, maybe we should help potty train him, because she does actually want to do that. And she wants to snuggle him as well, and oh my goodness. Apparently our bills have gone unpaid for too long. Well, that is awkward indeed. And now we can't even deal with that. I mean, she's the captain, so she should be dealing with things like bills. Even if she pays the bills now, though, I think the repo man is still gonna show up. Darn it, which is so unfortunate. Let's do a few things. Let's pick this up after we've done potty training still just a little bit. I wonder what it's gonna take. If the repo man takes like a bookshelf or a couch or something, that's fine, as long as it's nothing essential. Preferably nothing from the kitchen or the bathroom. Like, take something from the dining room, if you will, in all honesty. But what else has been going through my mind? Now, apart from, you know, trying to manage the werewolves within the Moon God, there's a few other things that Morgan has her mind on as captain. Of course, she has to build connections outside of the Moon God itself. And Morgan, after, you know, assessing the situation, has decided that the person that would be beneficial for her to build a connection with is Prince Zuko Verdington, the firstborn of Queen Snow. So she definitely wants to get a chance to be able to befriend Zuko somehow. I think what's on Morgan's mind, you know, she's seen leaders of werewolves before kind of try and play politics a bit too much, a bit too close to court, and that has kind of backfired on them. It's probably not wise to get too involved too closely, especially because they are supposed to work for the Fae Court, and, you know, they're supposed to be under the Fae Court's control. So I believe that she thinks it is more appropriate instead to maybe befriend someone who is prestigious but not in the Fae Court itself. Okay, Reaper Man, take the couch if you will. I do not feel bad about that at all. So I think that's why she's wanting to befriend the prince. But she is not the only one who is wanting to build connections. In fact, oh no, don't go upstairs. Oh no, don't take one of the double beds. Don't take one. He's gonna do it, isn't he? Is he gonna take one of the double beds? What are you gonna take from here? Oh no, not the... Really? Wait, what? What are you taking? What are you taking? Not the sink or the toilet bowl. Like, that's just ridiculous. That's just ridiculous when they take things that are essential to the daily running of the household. Like the couch, fine, we have plenty of places to sit down. Well, that was a bit uncalled for. We need to make sure we're on top of our bills and stuff. And look, apparently that there is a house party at the palace, I think, which the minister has thrown. So obviously we'd want to go. And yes, Morgan as the captain was invited. Moon God was called. Which makes sense, and that's fine. And you know what? I imagine that maybe if we have prestigious parties or events at either the palace or, you know, some other noble or royal's residence, then maybe the Moon God have to always go because they're being called in as the Moon God. So it's not necessarily a social call for them, it's more of, you know, their security assignment. So I kind of like that for them. But okay, we definitely have that to be done. And has the Repo Man left? I hope he has. I think he has. It appears he has indeed. Okay, well, we need to put a sink back up here. So let's go do that. Let's see. Where is the sink? Is this the one we had? Probably not. Probably not, but that's fine. We'll just throw this there. I mean, it looks a bit different, but that's okay. That's okay. So we have a new sink in, because the old one was taken by the Repo Man. Okay, like I was saying, Morgan's not the only one who's been wanting to build connections. Ricky has as well. And Ricky is more ambitious with his connections because he wants to befriend Queen Snow Verdington herself. Oh? Wait a second, I thought Morgan was invited. Was Ricky invited? Interesting. Interesting. So Ricky was invited to, like, carry out his assignment at this party. Which makes sense. Yeah, and I suppose not always you'll have, like, every single sim going to one of these events. I imagine that, you know, one werewolf is probably enough to be assigned to an event. So this time around, they've summoned Ricky Salter to go to the palace. And Morgan, seriously, pay your bills before someone else comes. Pay your bills, please. Yeah, okay. So, he's gonna go. We have to keep an eye on him to see how things are going at the palace. And he might just take this chance to actually befriend the queen, even though this is supposed to be like a work assignment for him. And Ricky, obviously, you know, he's been wanting power in the past. He's kind of dabbled in connecting with the fairies, members of the Fae Court, putting his opinions through, and like making appeals to them. He's done that. So he is kind of familiar with the members of the court, and he's probably less intimidated by them. Because he's had kind of a taste of all of this beforehand. Are you gonna go inside, my dude? He's gonna go... Okay, he's gonna go check in with Lady Azalea. It is raining outside. You should probably go in, just saying. And they're gonna run out. Of course they are. Of course they are. Yep, well, we'll kind of stick around with him, see what he gets up to. Oh my goodness, guys. Look at the amount of squirrels and chipmunks. It's like an infestation. But really, it shouldn't be that surprising. You know why? Because these are all of the spy agents for the Spy Master that are probably returning from all over the queendom to report their findings. So, you know, in this generation, we kind of had the rodents. They were the choice of magical animal connection. I don't know how to word that, but you know, they were the magical creatures that the sorceress Lady Morida connected with. So there we go. Okay, look at this. He is chatting with Lady Nuala. There's Prince Draco, Prince Caspian, I think. Yes, he is definitely chatting with everyone here, but I think we know that he really wants to build a connection with the Queen. So let's try our best to find her. Actually, do we have food here? We probably would want to eat something. If there is something that we can eat. And I don't know if there is. Can we steal someone's bread and jam? We're gonna do it if we can. We're totally gonna steal someone's bread and jam. But yes, where is the Queen? She must be inside, hopefully, somewhere. He's gonna go and befriend her. I mean, Ricky's obviously aware that he doesn't have a chance to be a leader anymore. You know, at this point, he needs to have accepted his fate, and I think he has, but he also, you know, it's a new system and he might not trust it entirely, so he's probably just wanting to just cover all his bases by being on all the leaders' good sides. So let's do a friendly introduction to the Queen, who I would be surprised if you weren't already introduced to, my boy. He's really hungry, but he also has to talk to the Queen. Go talk to the Queen. Oh, this is bad quality? Uh-oh. But yes, let's go talk to the lovely Queen. Okay, here you go. No jealousy. Oh wow, my goodness, no, don't do that. Talk about being irresistible. Maybe that's gonna work in your favor. Let's boast about good looks. She might not like that, actually. I don't know. I don't know if you want to flirt with the Queen, see? Maybe blow a kiss to the Queen. He's gonna do it. Why? Because that's his personality. And then he's gonna wink at the Queen. Even though the Queen's wife is like right there. Let's talk about recycling. Maybe ideas, maybe people, who knows. Talk about going green. We're gonna talk about composting. Some of these things that feel like a bit of a stretch, I like to imagine are metaphors. And then let's see. Renewable energy. And then he's gonna be a bit of a bookworm. So typically what I like to do when we have a sim that like hasn't been introduced to someone, or maybe is like talking to them for whatever reason the first time, I actually like to go through those special interactions because of the personalities, because I feel like it gives kind of a good indication of whether their personality aligns with the other Sim's personality. And like in this case, obviously his irresistible trait isn't really going that well. At least it's not helping. I mean, the wink worked, but nothing else did. Okay, she's feeling a little bit flirty, and now he's gonna hit her with all the green stuff. And oh my goodness, JV yelled at Maxwell. What the heck's been going on at home while we were away? I don't know, but obviously they're having some problems of their own. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And he is getting very hungry. He's gonna pee himself at some point. There's actually some food he's gonna grab. Oh, French toast. That actually looks really, really nice. That looks really flippin' good. Okay, okay. Let's go eat. We don't want you to starve, of course. But, you know, at the end of the day, he's also here for security. What the heck are you changing into? That is what? Actually, not every day. If anything, you should be changing into your formal wear, I suppose? I mean, everyday outfit works as well. Oh, goodness. Yep. Okay. You know what? Just grab a plate and go to the bathroom. He needs a bit of a break. He's obviously not being able to take care of himself that well. And he doesn't seem to have made much progress with the queen, which at the end of the day kind of shows, you know, his place in all of this. He can be as ambitious as he wants, but that doesn't mean he's cut out to be in the queen's circle. And then we've got the lovely Princess Avalon, who is definitely more approachable, and he probably would, it would be easier for him to connect with her than with the queen. But what can we do? Ricky's aiming high, that's for sure. How's everyone at home? Rosalie is hunting. You know, I kind of like that the werewolves hunt on their own accord, autonomously, when we're doing like other things with just one of them. The others will go out of their way and they will hunt, which is kind of cool. Because then we, you know, accumulate materials and stuff. And look at Maxwell. He has managed to become good friends with Morgan. He wants to throw an elixir at JB Cope. What's happening here? He's showing off teeth to her. It's said they're being flirty. I don't know what is going on, but they are good friends right now. And now he's gonna go hunt. Seriously, if Ricky is not... He's actually been spending more time with Rhea, and maybe he's realized he's not giving Sol a lot of attention, so he's been trying to lately. But, yeah, if Ricky's not careful, Maxwell might replace him as Morgan's lover. Who knows? Who knows? Morgan is definitely non-committal, so it's not as though she'd feel bad about that. Okay, these two are chatting here, and look, she's trying to seduce JV, and JV's not having it. So JV was being creeped out, and Morgan was trying to hit on him, and it just wasn't happening. Okay, he's joking with her. You know, I'm also curious because of the way JV's personality is, who he might end up being really close with. I mean, he might not get along well with anyone except one person in the Moon God, and it would be very useful to him to be close with the captain. I was kind of hoping him and Maxwell would be like really close friends. I kind of liked their dynamic, you know, since they were the two newbies. I thought it would be kind of cute if they stuck together, but apparently not. Okay, so he wasn't having it before. See, look, now he's insulting her. Now he's insulting her, and they were like just getting along well, fine. I don't know what it is with him. If I was gonna be friends with him, it's gonna be very tough because he's mean. He's mean. He's shy as a snob, and he's flippin' mean. And the snob and mean traits, they can offend people so easily. Okay, he's gonna go clean. He's got better things to do. Well, Rhea... Yeah, your mother's not in a good mood. Sol... Actually... Maybe Morgan can... Maybe not. Someone needs to empty this. Honestly. What is she doing now? What are you doing now? I don't know what he's doing. But we're gonna jump back to Ricky and check up on him. He's gonna try to talk to the queen again. Now last time, I think we didn't get through the composting. renewable energy, and then let's talk about books. And then we can kind of go through some of the more safe, generic things from there. And see if he might be able to befriend the queen. But, okay, there we go. Yeah, I feel like I'm not entirely sure how the queen's going to utilize the moon god at this point. I mean, we do have the hero that's, you know, in charge of palace security per se. But I think with the moon god, maybe they're kind of deployed as almost like scouts and investigators. So, you know, they are like an extension of the hero, I suppose. But it's just, you know, a method of having more eyes, more hands in more places. But yeah, I definitely think having a member of the moon god at like a party or an event is an important thing, because I mean, at the palace I suppose it's a bit different, but for example, if one of the princes or the lords threw a party, then, and if a member of the moon god was invited, then the moon god, they're acting pretty much like the queen's eyes and ears. So they're watching, they're observing, they're making sure that nothing untoward is happening, and they're reporting these back to the queen so that they can, you know, be aware in a situation like what happened with Malek doesn't happen again. Because, you know, Malek and I suppose Celine, they were kind of doing things they weren't supposed to, and that got them in trouble in the end. But there we go. We want to try and prevent that, and I suppose the moon god is going to be used for it. Okay, now you need to go in and be friendly with the queen. So let's compliment the palace. Let's try and chat with the queen. Let's let's gossip. Maybe exchange information. We don't want to boast. The queen does not like that. Let's share a secret. Let's go ahead and get to know. We will enthuse about the moon god barracks. You know what? Consider the queen's attractiveness. Why the flip not? He's gonna do it. Congratulate her on graduating from what? I don't know. I'm a bit confused. He's gonna high-five the queen. Lady Azalea is clumsy. Really? I feel like that's something that's kind of escaped my... Yeah, escaped me. But, okay. Talk about the cold. Yeah, okay, she's hungry, so attention is, like, not here anymore. But I don't know how much longer this is gonna go on for before we have to wrap things up. Like, the party might just be done. Probably. I think it's time for him to go home, if anything. So he's gonna wrap up here. He's gonna go back to the barracks. Rosalie is being complimented by... Oh, look at this, guys. Is she outside? Look at this. Maxwell has managed to somehow befriend Rosalie, and she's like really prickly about all the males. Okay, that didn't go so well, but he somehow has managed to endear himself to Rosalie, who like doesn't like any of the other men in the house. And she's not even that close with the captain either. Actually, Maxwell's the only friend she has right now. So there might be something between Rosalie and Maxwell that happens. Who knows? Maxwell's smart though. He's like befriending everyone. He's like really good friends with the captain. He's on Rosalie's good side. And unfortunately, JV dislikes him. And he hasn't managed to get close to Ricky, but he's on the lady side. And oh my goodness. This is a unicorn. This is a flippin' unicorn. You know what? I have noticed this, guys. You know, before I said that was a unicorn, I think I mentioned this in the previous episode, but I don't know what is up with these barracks, but it is a very special spot for this unicorn. This unicorn is like always showing up here. I don't know what's attracting it. What's going on? I suppose it kind of is cool because, you know, the moon god stays here. And the fact that we have this magical horse showing up at the place where the moon god are based. That's pretty cool. But okay, I think we'll catch up tomorrow when we have something a little bit more exciting happening. Maybe we can get Morgan to track down Prince Zuko somehow, and then she can start, you know, building a connection with him. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, it looks as though Morgan has somehow managed to track down Prince Zuko, 11:30 a.m. on Friday. Where are they actually? I don't know. What is this place? Oh, outside the gymnasium. I was gonna say, you've got like a fountain here and everything, or is this a pool? It's a pool and it looks pretty because I've never used the pool here before. But, okay. I just got to say hi, but it seems as though they are playing tag and getting along well, which is good to see, of course. But yes, we want to continue this. Enthused about exercise. Actually, it might work out because you guys are at the gymnasium. And then maybe try and be irresistible. I don't know if that's going to float his boat. But, you know, this is a good way to find out if their personalities are compatible. She's gonna blow him a kiss, which might not go over well. And then she's gonna wink at him. I mean, he's not in a relationship. She's not even in a relationship with Ricky. Yep, he's not gonna like this, is he? Yep, nope. He's not happy. I suppose it was a bit too soon. He finds probably that a bit odd. What about, oh, risky woohoo? I don't think you want to risky woohoo with the fairy prince. Actually, who knows? Maybe she would. She probably would want to risky woohoo with the fairy prince, but you know, that's not something that's gonna go over too well if she does. I mean, she can have a fling with the fairy prince, but she cannot risky woohoo with him. That would be very, very bad. So let's dispel rumors. You know what, she might be flirtatious with him. Okay, they're friends, look at that. Look at that. So she has managed to succeed in that regard. Whether or not she pursues anything romantic with him is yet to be seen. I mean, she wants to hug Ricky amorously, so obviously her heart is still there, but then she's never committed to him. Now, obviously, Sol was born out of any sort of relationship. It was like I don't even know if it counts as an affair. It was kind of like a fling that they had. A deliberate fling, but a fling nonetheless, and it served its purpose, which was to procreate. And she has been romantic with Ricky ever since, but they've never committed themselves to one another. And that's kind of, I think, Morgan's like ideal place to be. And now she doesn't have to commit to anyone. She's in a place of power. The old werewolf ways have been dismantled, so she has the freedom to be the way she wants, in any way, shape, or form. She can pursue relationships with whoever she wants without being pressured into any sort of like permanent arrangement. So I have to say, you know, maybe a part of her, she was engaged to Abraham, but maybe a part of her is kind of glad that he died, because that would have been quite a restrictive life for her. And now she doesn't have to worry about it. She is her own woman, which is great, actually. So, how is your relationship with her son? See, here's another thing. She has a very distant relationship with her son, so it doesn't seem as though she's in his life very much. She does like the bare minimum, but that's pretty much it. Whereas if you look at Rosalie, she is like best friends with her daughter. She spends all her time with her daughter. and Morgan does not. So that's kind of, yeah, that's kind of interesting. But I do see her like that. And maybe that's also partly why Ricky kind of steps up to the plate with his son more than with his daughter. Like, his daughter's got someone with her all the time, so he doesn't feel the need to. Whereas Soul needs at least one parent. So that's why, you know, we have that going on. But okay, well, Morgan was, like, totally successful with befriending Zuko, so, you know, she's obviously picked the right person to make a connection with. Whereas, as we said before, Ricky is being way too ambitious, and he's trying to do things beyond his capacity. But where is the Queen? Does he need to make another trip to the palace, I wonder? Yeah, the Queen is in. Maybe he's gonna make a trip. Oh goodness, he's gonna starve. He really needs to take a bath. Actually, take a shower? Yeah, he needs to take a quick shower, and then he needs to eat something. That's burnt. Some food's bad in here. No thanks. Let's just grab some, like, a quick meal. Eat some ice cream. Honestly, not healthy, especially on an empty stomach, but who cares? Go eat some ice cream, and then we're gonna go to the palace and see if he can, oh my goodness, if he can make some more progress on befriending Queen Snow. Now Morgan's back. Rhea's on the floor. How's Rosalie going? Rosalie's marching around washing dishes. Ricky. Oh yeah, we told him to go eat some stuff. Maxwell, he's licking a plate, of course he is, and looks as though Soul is not too far. And okay, he's gonna go, you know, that's another thing. He's actually quite close to Rhea, a lot closer than Soul, and maybe Rosalie kind of saw, like with JV, the first time he approached Rosalie, she was very weirded out by him. She was attracted, but she was very weirded out. And then they started insulting each other, and every time they interacted, it would be like JV would, you know, force himself to interact with her, but then things just kept going downhill. And then with Maxwell, I think he had kind of a similar thing happen with Rosalie, where she wasn't really accepting of, you know, his efforts to become friends with her. She didn't want it. She was just as cheesed off as she was with JV, but Maxwell had a different tactic. He kind of backed off a bit, and then he started taking care of Rhea a lot more, and then I think Rosalie noticed that he is very, very caring towards Rhea, and she liked that, and then, you know, she was more receptive when he tried to befriend her. So I think that's why he kind of has access to Rosalie compared to the other men, because he actually puts effort into Rhea, and we know that Rosalie is all about Rhea. So that's kind of interesting. Now it's showing off teeth to Ricky and being complimented by Ricky, which is cool, and talking about the cold. And he also wants to throw an elixir at JV. What elixir? I have no clue. We have none. But, you know, he's got some sort of feelings towards JV. JV doesn't like him. Maxwell really wanted to become friends with JV when they moved in here, but JV was just not really responding. Not really responding at all. Look at that. Rosalie's actually tending to Soul. And what is her relationship with him? She's obviously not too close with him. I don't imagine she would be, because Soul was kind of the reason why her marriage kind of broke apart with Ricky. Like, Morgan wanted to have a baby, and Abraham wasn't giving her one. So there was that. But at the same time, because of how maternal Rosalie is, and, you know, Soul doesn't get a lot of attention from Morgan, I suppose sometimes when they're in the same room, Rosalie can't help but feel that sense of motherliness, and, you know, she tends to him when he needs it. Okay, Ricky's putting his daughter into the crib. These guys are good friends. That's good to see. See, Morgan has this thing where she kind of is flirtatious, or a little bit flirtatious with like everyone she talks to. And now he's gonna go hunting, which is cool. JV. Oh my goodness, JV, I didn't even realize you were out here. This is... Ah, Florian Fuenton. Florian's still a teen, if I'm not mistaken. This is Lady Saffron's, like, one and only child. With Kane. Who, somehow got black hair. But yeah, this is, like, her one child with Kane, interestingly enough. But he's a teen. Oh, jeez. He's a teen. I almost knocked over my water bottle. He is a teen, so he hasn't received his makeover just yet. But it's kind of cool to see him around. JV is trying somehow. Oh, he's outside the barracks. No, he's not. I don't know where the barracks are. Where is he? Where the flip is he? Okay, he is like somewhere else entirely. Not that far, like across the street. Across the street. I suppose he gets along well with people outside the Moon God, for whatever reason. But also it makes sense to me because, you know, Florian is a noble. And JV does come from a prestigious werewolf family, so he would totally feel as though, you know, a lord is someone he would rather associate with than the other werewolves in the Moon God. And yes, Ricky Salter has been wanting to chat with you, Queenie, for like so long. What is this? Pickup soul? He's been wanting to chat with you for a while now. So, you know, good to know that that can be done. Actually, he'd love to visit you at the palace, if possible. It is 7 p.m. So it might not be the smartest idea because I feel like the queen's going to be tired soon. And then he's just going to have to come back. But I feel like we'll try and send him over. We'll try and send him over and see if... Wait a second. Oh, wait a sec. Wait, he has a befriend. He's befriended? Okay, he doesn't have to go anymore because he's befriended the queen. Okay, that was quick. That was quick. But the queen reached out. The queen reached out to him. Yeah, well, he tried last time. He was summoned to an event. He was assigned to an event, but that didn't go over too well because the queen was busy with other things, but she reached out to him, and it seems as though he's managed to befriend her. So, you know, good on Ricky. But okay, guys, with that said and done, I'm going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. We've kind of settled in with the Moon God and, you know, some relationships and the way things are happening with them. I think next time we can jump back to the... What the heck is happening here? Oh, okay. I think next time we can jump back with the Fae Court and continue things there. I'm pretty sure Lilac has her birthday coming up, so we definitely want to keep an eye on that. But okay, guys, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.